Good morning and welcome to Edinburgh's Hive Stadium for our coverage of this historic fixture in the revamped and expanded Celtic Challenge. For the first time ever in the women's game, it's Edinburgh Rugby against Glasgow Warriors. Last year's pilot competition in the Celtic Challenge, featuring one side from each of Scotland, Ireland and Wales, proved to be a real success, and the competition has now been expanded to include two teams from each nation, providing a high-performance platform for even more talented young players ahead of this year's TikTok Women's Six Nations. The competition kicks off this weekend with three derby matches. The two Irish sides met last night at Musgrave Park in Cork, with the Wolfhounds beating the Clovers by 21 points to 15. And on Monday, the two Welsh sides go head-to-head, with Brython Thunder facing Gwalia Lightning at Rodney Parade. And today, it's the turn of Edinburgh and Glasgow, old rivals in the men's game, but playing each other for the first time ever in the women's game. I'm delighted to be joined in commentary by Rachel Law. Just sat down beside me. The captain of Scottish Premier side Watsonians, someone who featured in this competition last season with the Thistles. And Rachel, the women's game, it's clearly on a real upward trajectory at club level. Your Watsonian side went through the league season unbeaten, sadly beaten by Stirling in the final a couple of weeks ago, but a game which neutrals assure me was played with an intensity, physicality and with skill levels that hadn't really been seen before in the league. At international level this year saw the introduction of the WXV tournament, which will certainly help drive forward the international game, and we've now got the Celtic Challenge, which bridges that gap between the club game and international level. It's an exciting time to be involved in the women's game.
Massively. Super exciting for these girls to pull on an Edinburgh and a Glasgow strip. History makers, and really exciting to see the progression that Scottish Rugby, the women's Scottish Rugby is making. Lots of these players know each other really well, having played in the Celtic Challenge last year together, know each other, having played against each other in kind of club game, in university game, so should be super exciting and should be a fantastic display of women's rugby today.
You played in last year's competition, work commitments sadly ruling you out this year, but tell us a bit about the level of competition compared to what many of these women will be used to at club level.
Yeah, this is the next step up, isn't it? It's kind of bridging that gap, as you say, between club and university rugby and the international scene, the Scotland women. So it should be a kind of step up, should be all of the best players that we have got in Scotland, plus the Scottish qualified players who are playing down south, plus a few kind of internationalists who've not been getting on as much game time down south at their Premiership clubs, coming together and putting on a real display of really good rugby. So should be an exciting one, should be a closely matched game today as well. Having a look at the two sides, they are pretty closely matched in the pack and pretty closely matched in the back lines, so should be an outstanding display of women's rugby today.
One thing we haven't mentioned yet, the weather conditions. It could be better, let's just say that. The snow seems to have stopped. You see snow just on the hills over the back of the stands here at Hive Stadium, but it is cold.
Yeah, it's freezing. I can tell you that much. I'm sitting here shivering. I need to put my hat on. It's really cold. One that there might be a few kind of handling errors in the first wee while, a bit of nerves and a bit of that cold weather kind of playing into part. So it should be a good game, but as you say, the weather conditions will be a cold one.
Well, let's turn our attention to the squads now. Two fairly eclectic sides made up of the top young talent in the Scottish Premiership and from Edinburgh University, with the addition of 11 transitional players who've been identified through the Scottish Qualified programme, and bolstered by the inclusion of a handful of Scotland internationals who've been released by their clubs on short-term loans. This week each team features 4 Scotland internationals and 3 players on show this afternoon who featured for Scotland against Spain here in September. And you can see on your screen there the home side, Edinburgh Rugby. Their head coach Claire Cruikshank said this is a side packed with talent. A lot of the players from both sides know each other well, and it's going to be a challenge for all involved. In a front row, she's chosen Poppy Fletcher, Nicola Haynes and Katie Lindsay. The second row, Fiona McIntosh of Saracens is alongside Natasha Logan. In the back row, 2 Carstorphine Cougars players, Vice-Captain Alex Stewart, Merrin Gunderson, along with Gemma Bell of Hartpury University. At halfback, Jenny Maxwell of Loughborough Lightning with 32 caps for Scotland, been released on a short-term loan by her club, her first match back after a long-term injury layoff, and she is alongside another Scotland international, captain Sarah Denham from Edinburgh University. Exciting centre pairing in the shape of Briar McNamara and another Scotland international, Emma Orr. Pace in the wings with Kieran Bell and Hannah Walker, and Nicole Marlowe from Cardiff Met University is at fullback. On the bench, another Scotland international, Panache Muzambi. Look out for Rachel Phillips of Watsonians, who can play anywhere across that back division. And for the visitors, Glasgow Warriors head coach Chris Laidlaw said selection has been challenging, which is exactly what we want. Everyone is excited and raring to go as we prepare for a massive opportunity to write a new chapter in the history of this club. And this front row is made up of Ailey Tucker, Nikki Simpson and Ailey Fleming. Co-captain Emma Turner. An excellent line-out forward from Corstorphine Cougars, partners Saracens Louise McMillan. 48 caps for Scotland, and one of the 3 players who started for Scotland against Spain back in September. In the back row, a former Scotland international, Lucy Winter, currently with Watsonians, is alongside Stirling County's Holland Bogan and Izzy Haney of Durham University and Harlequins. At halfback, co-captain Ria Clark of Edinburgh University, partners Katie Ainsworth, who was the player of the match in the recent Premiership final. In the centres, Lucy McRae is alongside Claudia McLaren. Again, pace on the wings with Roma Fraser and Skye Phimister, and at fullback, Izzy Maguire-Evans of Worcester University and Sale Sharks. And 2 Scotland internationals on the bench. Look out for the athleticism of Sophie Anderson and Manny MacDonald of Exeter Chiefs, the 3rd player who started against Spain on this pitch back in September. So Rachel, just quickly pick us out a couple of players from each side who you think will be particularly influential this afternoon.
Yeah, you mentioned Katie Ainsworth at 10 for Glasgow. She's really instrumental in kind of organising forwards and backs. She does it brilliantly for Stirling County at club level, so she'll be really exciting to watch. And then for Edinburgh, I would probably say you've got a fantastic pack there for the Edinburgh team. So they'll be looking to get their hands on ball. Alex Stewart's been phenomenal for Cougars, sorry. So she'll be looking to get involved. So yeah, plenty of talent on both teams, and it should be an absolutely fantastic match.
Well, out come the sides. Glasgow, first of all, in their blue and black jerseys, and now Edinburgh in the orange jerseys, just in their huddle. Final words from the captains. And our officials this afternoon, led by Holly Davidson. A lovely shot of the Pentland Hills just over the top of the stand here at Edinburgh's Hive Stadium. And a great crowd turned up in far from ideal conditions here. And it looks like it will be Glasgow Warriors to kick off.
Do you know which way you're going? Right, thank you.
Katie Ainsworth with ball in hand. Kicking off
Captain.
towards
Sweet, good to go.
I
Murrayfield Stadium.
think she was just dusting some snow off that ball there.
Well, she ignites this Celtic challenge match between 2 old rivals in the men's game, but for the first time ever in the women's game. Edinburgh Rugby against Glasgow Warriors, and it's Edinburgh with possession from the restart. Jenny Maxwell's first touch on the ball in a competitive fixture for a long time. Sends that ball
Wait.
back to Briar McNamara.
Backwards.
That ball bounces unkindly and it's been knocked on. I think that was Katie Ainsworth over on the far side.
Knock on.
Yeah, an unfortunate little fumble there. We talked about the weather conditions, some cold hands there. A nice strike from
girls,
Brian
that's gonna
McNamara to clear the Edinburgh lines, and they've got some really good attacking
girls.
platform now with this scrum just outside the 22.
The first real attacking opportunity here for Edinburgh from the scrum. About 10 metres in
Crouch.
from the far touchline.
Bind.
Let's go.
Set.
Let's go.
And Jenny Maxwell, great to see her back on the pitch, released by Loughborough Lightning this week. Pressure comes on from the Glasgow scrum, picked up at the base by Merrin Gunderson and fed
Advantage.
out through the hands of Jenny Maxwell to Brian McNamara, but that ball's been lost, knocked on. Good defence by Glasgow Warriors.
Yeah, it was a good bit of defence there. Good attacking structure from that Edinburgh squad. You can see that they're trying to kind of get it through the hands and look to go wide. I think that was Kieran Bell with that little fumble there. But you can see what they're trying to achieve with moving the ball. Nice bit of set piece there as well. It's quite evenly matched between the two teams. Edinburgh looking to get the ball out nice and quickly. But yeah, fairly decent set piece there from both teams, and we'll see it again here now.
Crouch. Bind.
Let's go.
So the first Glasgow Warriors scrum of the match. Ailey Tucker, Nikki Simpson and Ailey Fleming in the front row. And that ball wants to come out the far side. Referee says play on. It's Glasgow Warriors possession. It's midway between their 22 and 10 metre line, and pick and go through the forwards.
Off feet. Off feet now. Off feet. Alex, stay up.
Slow ball fed out to Nikki Simpson, the Geary hooker, in the northeast of Scotland. Now the backs attack down the far touchline. Again, solid defence by Edinburgh Rugby, and bundled into touch over on the far side for a line out to Edinburgh.
Yeah, another chance for us to see another bit of set piece here.
One.
Interestingly, Glasgow
That's
looking
gonna be
to run it there and not looking
girls,
to clear their lines with a kick. So I wonder whether or not it's a little bit windier down there on the pitch, and looking to kind of play some rugby rather than an exit. So be interesting to see what
girls,
Edinburgh are able to launch from this attacking
close up a
first
bit.
line out of the game.
Well, it's Nicola Haynes, the Saracens hooker, one of the 11 transitional players who will be involved in the competition. And it's Jenny Maxwell just feeds that off to Katie Lindsay.
No hands, no
The
hands.
tight head prop makes good ground. It's played to just outside the Edinburgh 22, and a lovely pass puts Emma Orr through up into the 22, gets her hands free, feeds the ball up to Kieran Bell, and Bell goes in for the first try of the match. Lovely play by that Edinburgh Rugby back division, and they strike with the game barely 4 minutes old.
Yeah, that was a lovely piece of play there. A nice set piece move off that line out. Katie Lindsay carried really hard, got over the gain line and set up a nice quick ruck. Jenny Maxwell played it out into the backs, and that was a beautiful line. I think it might be Rachel Phillips who's starting at 13 by the looks of things with that white scrunchie. She made an absolute beauty of a line and managed to get that offload away there. So yeah, stunning bit of rugby played, and that's Edinburgh on the scoreboard.
A lovely try, and you're absolutely right. I can see it is Rachel Phillips. That was obviously a late change. Emma Orr was due to start in the centres for Edinburgh, and perhaps find out the reason why she's not involved. But Rachel Phillips, who was listed on the bench, starting at 13 alongside her clubmate Brian McNamara. So they will certainly be comfortable together in the centres. It's Nicole Marlowe, another of the transitional players from Cardiff Met University, be tasked with adding the extras here. And she catches that nicely, bounces in off the far post, adds the 2 extra points, and it's Edinburgh Rugby who lead by 7 points to 0 after 5 minutes.
Take time, all your players.
Yeah, Edinburgh really pleased with that start. They've come out of the firing blocks really well. Nice strike there from Nicole Marlowe. 7-0 up to Edinburgh.
Yeah, girls, time's off at the moment.
I think I got a player down just in
We'll just see if you girls
just
are,
over the try
gonna
line
make a
there.
sub.
One of the Glasgow players.
You're going to make a sub?
It's Izzy Maguire-Evans, Worcester University and Sale Sharks. Both fullbacks, last as transitional players. So these are players that have been spotted, I think, that play the rugby out with Scotland, but they're qualified to play. I think Peter Walton and Rob Brierley are the two men heavily involved in that. We're just having a quick look there at Rachel Phillips, who's through, and she was caught in the 22 at the hands-free offloads. And Kieran Bell, who's been scoring freely for Edinburgh University, goes in for the first try of the match. Yeah, Kieran's been really, really instrumental in that Edinburgh University team this year. She's a try-scoring machine, so a lovely finish from her. A restart from Katie Ainsworth. Poppy Fletcher this time with the carry for Edinburgh.
Okay, orange in front, hold. Wait.
And Jenny Maxwell again feeds it back to Briar McNamara, inside centre. Didn't quite get their angles right there, or the weight of the kick. That one goes out in the full. So a mistake by Edinburgh Rugby inside centre. Will come all the way back to the Edinburgh 22.
Line's yours, girls.
For a Glasgow throw-in and their first real attacking opportunity of the game. Yeah, Briar will be disappointed with that contact there. I think she either thought she was in her own 22 or just kind of missed kicked that, unfortunately. But a good attacking platform, the first that Glasgow have really had. So it'll be interesting to see what they can launch from this line out.
Maul. Through.
Well, taken well in the middle of the Glasgow line out.
5 hasn't joined. Okay, 5
have them all well set. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere as of yet. Good Edinburgh defence, and they'll have to play away. Clark out to Ainsworth. It's been lost inside the Edinburgh 22, and Briar McNamara heading cross field throws a loose pass, and this could be snapped up by Glasgow Warriors. So another opportunity for the Warriors, 7 metres out from that Edinburgh try line. Taken in by Louise McMillan. Ria Clark calling the shots there. The ball out to Emma Turner, co-captain. She's hit hard, manages to get hands free though, and passes the ball to Izzy Haney, open side flanker. Out to Lucy Winter. Ball dislodged though, and then hacked off downfield by Edinburgh Rugby. Can't be won cleanly. Scrap for the ball. It's going to come back on the Glasgow side. Really good defence there from Edinburgh. Fiona McIntosh was up nice and quickly on that loose ball, and they've gained quite a lot of territory, forcing Glasgow back onto their 10-metre line to attack from there. Lucy Winter takes the ball into contact, and the ball pulled out the back there by Ailey Fleming. Glasgow on that Edinburgh 10-metre line, just trying to reorganise the forwards. It's another good carry. Ailey Tucker goes in to secure possession, and Ria Clark getting out to Kate Ainsworth, inside ball. Finds Louise McMillan. The Scotland international fights her way forward another 2 or 3 metres. Claudia McLaren to Pearl Kelly.
Yeah, good.
Ailey Tucker, that's what she does every single week in Watsonians colours. Good carry, and Glasgow Warriors working their way forward. Made 15 metres or so towards Edinburgh 22. This time it's Nikki Simpson, the hooker.
Still in, girls.
Glasgow just going through the phases nicely here. Out to Ainsworth again, juggles the ball. It's another shoveled along that Glasgow backline. Roma Fraser spots half a gap. Edinburgh defence just forcing Glasgow back here. Could be some space on the outside here for Glasgow. And they've done well. Well, cut back inside there. Lucy McRae, she's up into the 22. And space at the side of the breakdown that shouldn't have been there. Ria Clark, a little look herself. Tip-on pass can't be taken cleanly by Ailey Tucker, so the referee playing an advantage here to Edinburgh Rugby. That ball's been lost, so
no advantage, first knock on by
we'll come back for scrum down, Edinburgh ball.
Yeah, Glasgow went through the phases there, didn't they? Quite a lot of possession, we're keeping hold of the ball, but
Okay, girls.
a little bit
Yeah.
one-dimensional for them. They'll be disappointed with that attack. There wasn't really anything kind of sparked
Girls, it's
from
gonna be outside your
that
22,
attack. So yeah, they'll be disappointed that they've lost possession, but it'll be interesting to see how Edinburgh choose to play out of this from this scrum just on the 22.
Seeing your shot there, Jenny Maxwell, we've mentioned already, your scrum half yourself. Rachel, it's great to see her back playing.
Yeah, fantastic to see Jenny Maxwell back. It's been a very, very, very long process from her starting in, I think it was 2021 when she first damaged her knee and then came back and damaged it again. So fantastic to see her in Edinburgh colours, having been released from Loughborough Right, and yeah, really, really good to see her back.
Again, pressure comes on from the Glasgow scrum, but illegally so. The referee saying they're guilty of not driving straight there, and penalty awarded to Glasgow. A chance here for Brian McNamara to bring play up towards halfway. Line out just right down in front of our commentary position. It's Nicola Haynes of Saracens. The throw in, not perfectly straight, but wasn't contested, so referee happy to play on out into the midfield. And Brian McNamara combining nicely with Sarah Denham and Edinburgh. Take play across to that far side, and Kieran Bell again, the try scorer. She is certainly dangerous with ball in hand, but foot in touch there. The flag goes up and Edinburgh line out.
That's a lovely bit of attacking play from Edinburgh there. You can see what they're trying to do, trying to suck in those Glasgow defenders in the middle. That wrap around from Sarah Denham, having had Brian McNamara take it right to the line, and then a short line that worked in the last play where we watched them score. A little pop to Rachel Phillips. She was missed this time, went in behind to the winger, and the expansive rugby, it shows what Edinburgh are trying to do, play a expansive bit of rugby.
So Glasgow with possession now from the line out. Just on their own side of halfway. Ria Clark hits the forwards running hard. I think that was Holland Bogan. Bit of a miscommunication there. Katie Ainsworth looking to find a runner. Ball was thrown forward, so it's Edinburgh in possession. Jenny Maxwell there quickly. Numbers and space down that left touchline. This is just about the bounce of the ball, and Brian McNamara snaps that one up. Lovely play once again by the Edinburgh back division.
Absolutely outstanding. Sarah Denham, that was beautiful. She noticed that the Glasgow winger was up flat and there was a little bit of space in behind there. Lovely little grubber through, and Brian McNamara does what she does best. Goes through, scoops up that bouncing ball, sidesteps the fullback and goes in under the posts. Lovely, lovely bit of play there from Edinburgh.
Yeah, so we said it was all about the bounce of the ball, and it couldn't have been much kinder for the New Zealand-born inside centre, plying her trade with Watsonians.
Lovely weighted kick there from Sarah Denham, identifying that space in behind. As I said, that winger up flat, a nice bit of space in behind there for Brian McNamara to go over.
She's exceptionally quick. She got a real burst of acceleration. So as soon as that ball was in her hands, there was no chance that anybody was going to stop her.
She's such a powerful runner, and as you say, she does have that turn of pace. She doesn't look like she's going to be speedy, and she'll hate me for saying that, but she doesn't look like she's going to be speedy, but she's one of those powerful, very balanced runners who does have that turn of pace. So yeah, give her the ball in any bit of space and she will make meterage.
With a bit of luck, she will never hear that you said that.
I know. I'll be getting tackled at training.
So Nicole Marlowe successful with her first conversion attempt. Kieran Bell's try 4 minutes into the game. And once again the flags go up. She certainly has her kicking boots with her today, the Cardiff Met fullback. And with 14 minutes on the clock here at Edinburgh's Hive Stadium, it's the home side who lead by 14 points to 0. Again, it's Edinburgh growing in confidence, looking to keep the ball alive there. Jenny Maxwell brings play to the right, a loose pass by Sarah Denham. Didn't go too horribly wrong for the Edinburgh fly half. To the forwards, that's a nice tip on. Allows Edinburgh to make another 2 or 3 metres, and now that back division will have a go again. That ball's been lost by Poppy Fletcher.
Yeah, just unlucky there from Poppy. That ball just falling away from her very slightly. You can see what Edinburgh are trying to do. They're getting over the game line with majority of their carries, and they're looking for those offloads. The forwards are looking to get those offloads away to continue that kind of ball rolling and keeping Glasgow on the back foot. So yeah, just unfortunate little loss of possession there. But yeah, gives Glasgow another platform to see what they can do. They've set up 2 on that blind side and 4 on this open side, so it'll be interesting to see what they do.
You can see that Edinburgh are growing in confidence. Glasgow, their last possession, went through the phases. The Edinburgh defence didn't allow them to go anywhere. A chance here from a midfield scrum. Pick and go right by Lucy Winter, and she makes good ground, throws the dummy, and she's up and into the 22. The Watsonians number 8, former Scotland international. It's a great run from the base of the scrum. Good interplay between the forwards. They come to the left again. Katie Ainsworth thought about the pass, goes herself, and it comes back to Nikki Simpson. And then Claudia McLaren, the outside centre, makes good ground. Eventually dragged down about 10 metres short of that Edinburgh try line. Can Glasgow strike back here? Once again, it's the forwards. That's a nice line by Nikki Simpson, but read by the Edinburgh defence. Bring down the hooker. And Louise McMillan with the carry. And her second row partner, co-captain Emma Turner of Corstorphine Cougars, dragged down in front of the posts. Out to the right touchline to go this time with Lucy McRae. Still that Edinburgh defence holding firm. Again, the Glasgow forwards carry. Tip on this time to Ailey Tucker, who skips out of the first tackle, pushes off another Edinburgh defender, takes play up to 5 metres from the Edinburgh try line. Again, it's Lucy McRae involved in the action. The inside centre goes very close, just a metre or 2 short now. Referee playing an advantage. Out again to Emma Turner, the second row. Hands come in from Edinburgh, but this will come back on the Glasgow side. Forwards very close, they're appealing for the try, and it's been given. The try is awarded. You see who comes up last with this. It could have been Louise McMillan.
Yeah, Louise McMillan there going over the line. Really good patience by the Glasgow. They were going from left to right by that Glasgow team. Going from left to right, maintaining possession, and I've driven over. Mentioned earlier, their forward pack is full of experience in the club game and in the international game, with Louise McMillan kind of leading from the front there. So Glasgow will be pleased. They've not looked like they've been in this game yet, so a good bit of possession from them, and they've come away with points.
The Edinburgh defence was holding up well until Ailey Tucker went through a couple of tackles. Say she does every single week for her club side, and just put the defence on the back foot. And then 2 or 3 phases later, some good carries by Emma Turner, the co-captain from Corstorphine Cougars, but it was Louise McMillan, the Scotland international. Vast experience, Saracens player, who goes over for her side's first try. Lucy McRae of Edinburgh University. The conversion attempt. Right side of the field, or a right footer. catch that quite right, and that'll just fade past the right upright, but Glasgow will feel a bit better about themselves now.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned earlier that Edinburgh were finding their footing a little bit, looked like they were playing with a bit more confidence. Fingers crossed that gives the Glasgow squad a little bit of the boost that they needed. They've got some points on the board and they've had some really, really good possession. So yeah, looking into this last 20 minutes of the first half should hopefully see Glasgow Warriors with a little bit more confidence in their play.
Briar McNamara, inside centre with the restart, taken by her clubmate Ailey Tucker. Takes in a couple of defenders to bring her down. Lisa prop, and then another front row, Nikki Simpson. Exceptionally good ball carrier. Again, the Geary hooker. And there's some space down this left flank for Glasgow Warriors, just growing into this game. First points on the board, tip on pass by the try scorer Louise McMillan. Katie Ainsworth looking for it, puts that ball out to the midfield, quite go to hand, but it was tidied up by Ailey Tucker again. Ainsworth back to our inside centre Lucy McRae. It's been stolen though by Edinburgh on the Glasgow 10-metre line. Can go through the forwards, put that Glasgow defence on the back foot. Good carry, but slow ball here for Jenny Maxwell. Out to Sarah Denham, the captain. Goes half through a gap. The referee again playing an advantage. Glasgow players off their feet at the breakdown. It's fullback Nicole Marlowe now. Has to put that ball through. Tackled by Terrell Kelly.
Yeah, good bit of phases there from the Edinburgh team. They're making ground with every single carry and they are looking for those offloads. So yeah, exciting rugby that they're playing at the minute, and I think Briar McNamara will put this one in the corner to see what they can do off this line out drive.
Well, McNamara finds a good touch about 7 metres out from the Glasgow try line. 2 tries so far for Edinburgh Rugby, Kieran Bell and Briar McNamara for the back division. What can the forwards make of this opportunity? Change with Leah Brebner-Holden, I think, coming on there. It's taken well in the middle of the line out. Well, they're going to play away, and Brebner-Holden, it's her first touch on the ball. Passes that on to Katie Lindsay. Edinburgh Rugby 5 metres or so away from that Glasgow try line. Can they strike back? Well, Rachel Phillips crashes into contact there, but taken down by 2 Glasgow defenders. Could be numbers out there on that left touchline if Edinburgh can get it out there. Kieran Bell already with 1 try to her name, stepping her way through tackles. Still just metres short of the Glasgow try line. Pick and go now through the Edinburgh forwards. Referee Holly Davidson rushes into position as the Edinburgh forwards just continue to inch their way towards the try line. Playing advantage now, it's Katie Lindsay in possession. The referee saying no advantage accruing, comes back for the penalty to Edinburgh.
Yeah, good forward carries there. You see Katie Lindsay playing for, she plays for Cougars at club level, carrying the ball really hard there. But yeah, Glasgow just caught offside, so penalty, and I think Briar McNamara will go for the corner here.
Well, she has put the ball into touch. The other side of the field this time from where Edinburgh had an opportunity just a moment or two ago, opted to play away from the line out rather than set them all. Interesting to see if they opt for the same tactic on this occasion. 5+1 line out. That was won by Edinburgh, not as intended. Taken at the back by Merrin Gunderson of Corstorphine Cougars. So it's Edinburgh rather fortuitously in possession from the line out, and they see space down that left touch line. Ball back inside, they've gone very close. And the try has been awarded.
No, I think that's
Is it a penalty?
to
In fact,
Glasgow.
it is a penalty awarded to Glasgow. You're absolutely right.
I think that was Rhea Clark there with the steal. I'm not entirely sure who carried that for Edinburgh. Got a little bit isolated, and Rhea Clark over ball nice and quickly, and she saved Glasgow there.
That's a loose kick though from Glasgow, a chance to relieve pressure and get themselves a line out, and instead they've got Edinburgh running hard at them again, back inside the 22. So careless by Glasgow. Will it cost them? At the back to Kieran Bell, looking for work, the left winger popping up on the right. That's a good counter ruck by Glasgow. And I think they've won the ball back. Well, they've won themselves a penalty, so great defence there by Glasgow.
Yeah, I think they'll be frustrated at that kick not going out. So have come out quite hard in defence there, and have won themselves a turnover. A little bit scrappy at that ruck there. So yeah, won themselves a turnover, and Katie Ainsworth will look to clear the lines.
That ball just about took out our commentary equipment. They're still intact. Another look here at the breakdown.
You can see Rhea Clark trying to rally our troops here, trying to get some a decent attacking play here for Glasgow.
Well, Nikki Simpson, one of a number of players who featured in the competition last year, involved again, but the throw not straight, so just frustrating for Glasgow. The mistake on the far side from the penalty not finding touch, and this time the throw into the line out not straight, and again it just invites Glasgow to Edinburgh, apologies, to just keep attacking, and Glasgow really can't get themselves a hold of the ball for any number of phases.
Yeah, it's these simple mistakes that are just creeping in for Glasgow, as you say. That as you say, hands possession right back to Edinburgh, and we know how dangerous they are. So yeah, it'll be frustrating for Glasgow, but they're just little tweaks that they can get right. They'll be able to build themselves more of an attacking platform.
The scrums have been fairly evenly matched. It's the one penalty against Glasgow, but the pressure comes on now Neely Tucker's side. Well, the referee says offside. I think Rhea Clark probably the guilty party there, and Edinburgh, rather than kicking for the corner this time, a quick tap and go, and away goes Briar McNamara again, gets the hands free off to her centre partner Rachel Phillips, who likewise gets the offload away. The centres combining nicely for Edinburgh, creating havoc in that Glasgow defence, but the ball's been lost. And Rhea Clark just waiting for this one. It's the forwards in as blockers, and back to her half-back partner Katie Ainsworth. Again, doesn't quite find touch. So back come Edinburgh, this time through Hannah Walker on the right wing. Continuing to find space down that left touchline. Play just outside the Glasgow 22, and again it's Nicola Haynes, the hooker, good footwork. That flat pass to Merrin Gunderson from Sarah Denham, the captain. It's played just inside the Glasgow 22 now. Look particularly well organised there, Edinburgh, but through goes Natasha Logan, the Edinburgh University second row. Maxwell again off to Sarah Denham. Edinburgh again with the carry, another 2 or 3 metres through the forwards, and this time to pull the ball out the back and release the back division. Couldn't quite find the hands of Rachel Phillips. The referee, I think, was playing an advantage here. Glasgow offside, penalty Edinburgh.
Yeah, good bit of possession there from Edinburgh, making meterage with every carry that they're making. They're playing a little bit more off Sarah Denham now. In the first kind of 20 minutes or so, they tended to be playing off 9. They're looking to play a little bit wider, whether or not they've identified that they want to play kind of outside that Glasgow 13. Forward carrying really hard, looking for those offloads in those kind of outside channels to make sure that they're getting over the gain line and getting quick ball. Kicked it to the corner, and I wonder if we'll see a drive here, or whether or not they'll look to play away again from this line out. Well,
Nicola Haynes gets her instructions from Natasha Logan. So it'll be one of her targets, but instead go to the middle. And again, they opt to play away to Leah Brebner-Holden, coming round from the front of the line out. It's a great position here for Edinburgh. The ball just dropped off to Brian McNamara. She will be very hard to stop from there. The inside centre going very, very close, but there's numbers and space both sides. Edinburgh go to the right. The referee on the spot. Edinburgh not quite over that try line. This time it's Katie Lindsay, driven back though by good Glasgow defence. I feel Edinburgh must score here, keeping things tight. The tip on pass to Meryn Gunderson, the number 8. Solid Glasgow defence. How long can they hold out here? Up this time to Poppy Fletcher, the loose head prop, and she goes over. Poppy Fletcher, the Edinburgh University prop, with the 3rd try of the match for Edinburgh Rugby.
Yeah, they'll be pleased with that. Having been knocking on Glasgow's door for a bit of time there, maintaining possession, forward carries really, really hard, getting in their pods of 3, creating quick ball for their teammates. So yeah, really, really nicely worked try there from Edinburgh. Yeah, really nice from Poppy Fletcher. I think she had Katie Lindsay on her outside just to help her drive over that line, but it's a really nice line from her, and really strong ball carry to get over the line.
And interesting, on both occasions they've had opportunities from the line out rather than setting up the drive, as you almost expect nowadays. More and more teams away, and it keeps the defence guessing. And with Glasgow Warriors, they held out for a number of phases. You just felt that that Edinburgh were certain to score.
Yeah, really interesting. Edinburgh kind of backing their back line there. Look, as you say, opting not to go for that driving maul, which we've seen more and more come into the game as a whole, but also into the women's game. So interesting confidence from Edinburgh. They've got a fantastic back line, so it's good to see them looking to kind of play a bit wider.
Well, Nicole Marlowe with her 3rd successful conversion.
Yeah, she's been solid off the boot this afternoon. She's been really, really good, striking it lovely.
3 tries for the home side. Kieran Bell, the game only 4 minutes old in Brian McNamara. 8 minutes later, it's taken another 20 minutes almost for their 3rd try, Poppy Fletcher. Just the one in reply from Louise McMillan. So it's certainly the home side with the upper hand in this first half. It's a loose pass, can't be taken, ball knocked on. No advantage to Glasgow.
Yeah, I think a bit of miscommunication there from Alex Stewart and Poppy Fletcher. Just a bit of a loose pass. It was a lovely line from Alex, and it looked like she would have been through, but yeah, just a little bit of a loose pass there. Gives Glasgow the opportunity to hopefully cement a decent attack and play off this. They look like they're stacking their numbers on this open side, so it'll be good to see what they're able to launch from here.
Of course, the opportunity to go right if they want. Lucy Winter already with one excellent pick up from the base of the scrum, made about 15 metres. She's got space if she wants to go that way. It looks like Glasgow will come to the left though, from Clark to Ainsworth, and then Claudia McLaren. Solid tackle by Rachel Phillips, and I think has dislodged that ball. This will come back in the Edinburgh side, picked up by Alex Stewart, the vice captain, and referee playing an advantage. Solid defence by Rachel Phillips.
Oh. That's an outstanding tackle. I think Nikki Fraser and Ailey Tucker there, a prop and a hooker. Outstanding tackle there.
Glasgow managed to win possession over on the far side of the pitch through 2 or 3 sets of hands, and that Edinburgh defence looked all at sea for a moment. Managed to shut down the Glasgow attack for now, as Lucy McRae presents that ball back. Then the counter ruck from Edinburgh Rugby. Glasgow just about managed to hold on to possession. Ailey Tucker digging for that one. She'll just pick and go. Just on halfway. Here Clark out to Ailey Fleming. Big tackles coming in from both sides now. Clark again out to Ainsworth. McRae involved. Glasgow just struggling to get any real go forward against this Edinburgh defence. Back it comes now to Emma Turner, the co-captain. Now there could be space on the left touchline, but the Edinburgh defence shut the options down, and Katie Ainsworth forced to go herself. We've got a bit more front foot ball. Short of support there. Worked their way up to the Edinburgh 10-metre line. Nope, Nelly Tucker in there acting as scrum half, and it's a scrappy ball back, snapped up by Edinburgh. Jerry Maxwell just off to the forwards. A missed tackle allows Natasha Logan to fight her way up to halfway. Rachel Phillips passes the ball on to Hannah Walker. Hit hard by Pearl Kelly, and Heriot's winger won early in this game. Still Edinburgh in possession. Well, in fact, that's Leah Brebner Holden, of course, on now at scrum half. Brebner Holden under pressure there, manages to just shovel that ball back. That's another great carry by Edinburgh. Lovely inside pass, and good handling there by Edinburgh, but just goes astray. What might well have been the final pass, but looking to keep that ball alive and very, very dangerous.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice passage of play from Edinburgh, maintaining possession. Glasgow, they're not managing to hold on tight to the ball. They're not securing their rucks properly, and Edinburgh are doing a really good job at disrupting them. So really good turnover there from Edinburgh, and they've worked their way up the pitch. Just that little inside ball to Alex Stewart. Lovely bit of play from Sarah Denham there, but she just couldn't quite get it back from Alex and just forced that knock on. So Glasgow will be looking to probably exit from here, potentially getting Lucy Winter involved with a carry on that far side, and look to clear their lines, but they'll be frustrated. They're not getting into this game. They're not securing their ball. They're not getting any quick ball and allowing their backs to play, and they're looking a little bit one-dimensional at the minute. So fingers crossed they can kind of find a little bit of the game. A few of the nerves kind of settling down. We're 36 minutes into this game. Nerves settling down a little bit and look to get more into this game.
It's Leah Clark picks the ball out of a scrum that was starting retreat, back to Katie Ainsworth, and that just came off the side of her boot.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that. She's not made much yardage for the Glasgow, so Edinburgh got possession just inside the Glasgow 22, and once again I imagine we're probably going to see a solid line out for them, and then looking to get the backs with ball in hand nice and early and in a lot of space to see what they can do. See, they're opting for these five-man lineouts, a 5+1 option, so they do have the drive option there, but also they've got some forwards lingering in that midfield looking to carry hard once they get their opportunity. Well,
I think they were about to play away from it once more, but you could just tell the way they were shaping up there, but the throw was squint, so it hands possession to Glasgow, and they survive inside their 22.
It is a little bit windy. That wind's picking up a bit, so I wonder if that's having a little bit of play. We've seen a few kicks not quite go where they're needing to go, a few kind of not straight line out, so I wonder if the weather is playing a little bit. Some cold hands and a little bit of wind just affecting the way the girls are able to play at the minute.
I can barely hold on to my microphone, my hands are so cold, so they must be absolutely freezing out there. It's Glasgow again. The scrum co-captain Rhea Clark. Off to Lucy McRae with the footwork, taken down just outside her 22 by Sarah Denham, and then Glasgow put boot to ball. That will not go into touch, not taken sadly by Kieran Bell over there on the left wing. I think the first mistake she's made.
Yeah, she'll be frustrated with that. Normally pretty solid under high ball is Kieran, so yeah, gives Glasgow a better platform here. They've got away with that one, but yeah, we'll see what they can do here. You saw Lucy McRae off that last off that last scrum, getting involved, carrying really hard. She's so dynamic. She gets close to the tackler, and then that last little bit of footwork allows her to find a kind of soft shoulder and get over the gain line every time with her carry. So looks like she's gearing up to carry again off this scrum, so we'll see what she can do from this piece.
Great battle between the two inside centres. Lucy McRae of Edinburgh University for Glasgow Warriors up against Briar McNamara of Watsonians. Edinburgh defence having to hurry across here as Pearl Kelly breaks down the left touchline, gets the hands free, offloads inside, but snapped up by Nicole Marlowe. The Edinburgh Rugby fullback, and away go Edinburgh again. Merrin Gunderson crashes into contact just on halfway. Away by Leah Brebner Holden. On for Jenny Maxwell. Sadly didn't last as long as we would have hoped in this match, but the Edinburgh forwards again making good ground. Come round the corner, and Rachel Phillips once more gets that hand free. Edinburgh Rugby keeping that ball alive as they take play up to the Glasgow 22 again, making ground freely with ball in hand. Flat pass there, couldn't be taken by Alex Stewart though. Chance for Glasgow Warriors to try and play out of their 22. It'll be Rhea Clark. Takes on kicking duties herself this time. Again, that ball stays in the field of play. Once more invites the Edinburgh attack. They come back again. They're holding. And Edinburgh Rugby have obviously identified that left flank.
Yeah, they seem to be playing quite a lot of their rugby down there. As I say, they're playing expansive rugby. They've got a really good 10, Sarah Denham, who's kind of controlling the forwards and playing slightly more kind of expansive rugby and getting that point of contact a little bit wider. So something that they'll be looking to carry on in the second half. But a really solid display of rugby from Edinburgh Rugby there, and it'll be a fantastic second half to come, I'm sure.
So half time then here at the Hive Stadium in the Celtic Challenge, and it's the home side who lead. It's Edinburgh Rugby 21, Glasgow Warriors 5. Let's have a quick look at the highlights of that first half. The first try of the match came only 4 minutes into the game. You can see Edinburgh Rugby, as they've done all game, managing to keep that ball alive, and it was Kieran Bell who went over for the try.
Rachel Phillips with that last minute step outside of that last Glasgow defender. Then she manages to get that offload away, and then finally to Kieran Bell, who's a fantastic finisher, who's just finished that lovely in the corner. As you say, Edinburgh are really, really good with those offloads, and something that they've shown all game.
Just another look at it from a different angle, and it was the incision there of the outside centre, Rachel Phillips, I think was probably the key part of that, and Kieran Bell profiting. The left winger popping up on the right with the try, and then the second one came. That ball was threaded through, and you can see Briar McNamara just in the left of your shot there. Got the bounce, came up perfectly into her hands, and she just accelerated away for her side's second try.
Yeah, I said before, really, really good vision from Sarah Denham to notice that Glasgow were sitting pretty flat, threaded that through, a lovely weighted kick, and it's bounced right up into Brian McNamara's hands. So yeah, a really, really nice bit of play, nice interplay between Brian McNamara and Sarah Denham to get that second score for Edinburgh.
Another look at the kick through there. It really was beautifully weighted and directed. It couldn't have bounced up much more kindly for Brian McNamara. And then it took 18 minutes for Glasgow to get themselves on the scoreboard. Came through good work of the forwards, and it was Louise McMillan, 48 times capped Scotland international, who went over for the try.
Yeah, you can see there that initially the Edinburgh defence was really, really good, stopped in her tracks, but Louise McMillan, as you say, she's got countless caps for Scotland. She keeps driving her legs through this contact. The Edinburgh players almost kind of lose their footing, and she's still driving, and doesn't stop till she gets to that try line. So yeah, outstanding piece of work there from Louise McMillan, and a well-deserved Glasgow try. You can see Rhea Clark trying to kind of get the energy there from the girls.
But Edinburgh struck back with their third try of the match. See, going very close there. Went through phases, you just felt it was going to happen at some point, and it was Poppy Fletcher, the loose head prop, who went over for their third try. Yeah,
Poppy Fletcher's been involved in the Celtic Challenge before, playing her rugby at Edinburgh University at the moment. She gets a little helping hand, as I mentioned earlier, from Katie Lindsay of Cougars to get her over the line. But as you say, Edinburgh have been maintaining possession really well in this first half. They've been getting the offloads away, they've been getting over the gain line, and they've been continuing on front foot rugby. So it was really good to see. They maintained the possession in the kind of late part of that first half to get over for their third score.
Well, you can see confirmation on the screen there of the half-time score. 3 successful conversions by Nicole Marlowe. Sees Edinburgh Rugby lead by 21 points to 5 at half-time. We will be back shortly, but last season Scotland were represented in the Celtic Challenge by the Thistles, and we can take a look back now at some of the tries they scored in last year's competition.
Advantage. Yes. Advantage over. On that. Advantage, wasn't out. Step on side. Yeah, thank you mate, agreed. Yeah. Spot on bud, agreed. Stay. Sorry. Yep. What's that?
Sorry, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I'll move you.
And it will come from Rhea Clark, and it is picked up by number 8 Emma Turner. Right, it goes to Smith, and she's ghosted away through the Irish defence there. Cries from the crowd, and the Thistles get their first points as the clock ticks over the 20-minute mark. Meryl Smith, the captain, the try scorer.
Great score there from Meryl Smith, the captain, and yeah, you're right, attacking from a midfield scrum on the 5-metre line. It's a really difficult place to defend. The Thistles stacked to the left, and to give it to the combined provinces side, they had defended that well. They'd set up properly, but it's just that little bit of indecision. The players flooding around the corner, and Meryl backed her pace and got over the line. She's a very powerful player.
I think the devil Nicola Baird, the shooter, gave the game away, that she had knocked that one on as she put her hands up, but away goes Nikki Simpson. Nice interplay between her and Eva Donaldson, and away they go. And this could well be the second try for the Thistles. Over goes Eliane Clark. Wonderful pace from the tight head prop. And the Thistles have got themselves right back into this one at 12-14.
What a lovely score that was. You'd love to see.
Welcome back to Hive Stadium. A look there at the try scored by the Thistles in last year's Celtic Challenge competition. Scotland represented by just the one side last year. Expanded to include 2 teams from each of Scotland, Ireland and Wales this year. This is the opening weekend. 3 derbies, and at half-time it's Edinburgh with the upper hand. It's Edinburgh through Brian McNamara attacking on the restart, but a ball thrown forward. A Glasgow scrum, but Edinburgh again immediately looking dangerous from the kick-off.
Yeah, exactly. As I've said, they are looking to play wide. I've probably identified that that's where the space is in that Glasgow defence. So, yeah, clearance kick from Glasgow, and immediately Edinburgh looking to attack down that right-hand side. Just a little bit of miscommunication there, and unfortunately a forward pass. It gives Glasgow the opportunity to exit, and for us to see another Lucy McRae carry here.
Lucy McRae, the inside centre, the Edinburgh University player is McRae. She looks up, cuts back inside, dealt with well by the inside defence. Still Glasgow in possession, nice tip-on pass to Holland Bogan, still in County. Katie Ainsworth on to Claudia McLaren, still in County teammate. Clark again uses the forwards. That ball's been lost by Glasgow Warriors, and Edinburgh charging up towards the 22. They go again to the left to Fiona McIntosh, Saracens player. Ball has been knocked on though. Glasgow looking to exit. Katie Ainsworth waiting on this. Ria Clark kicked that herself. Been knocked on though by Edinburgh, so no advantage there to Glasgow. We'll come back for a Glasgow scrum, all just a bit scrappy there.
Yeah, a little bit scrappy there from both teams. As you can see though, you're seeing what Edinburgh are trying to do. Those little tip-on passes are where they're really dangerous, getting over the game line. So you can see they're doing that down this near side, and Glasgow are struggling to kind of deal with it. They're not putting kind of 2 people, one person going low, one person kind of targeting that ball and stopping that offload. So Edinburgh are getting over the game line every single time and getting themselves really good attacking platforms. Another ball just unfortunately gone loose there by that Edinburgh team, so it gives Glasgow an opportunity to exit. Something that they've not really managed to do much in this game is get a decent platform, a decent ball carry and then a decent kick. So fingers crossed that they can do that here. Maybe potentially, we haven't seen much of Lucy Winter. We saw a fantastic carry from her in the first half that made about 20-30 metres or so. So it'll be interesting to see. She's got about kind of 10 metres or so to work with here. See if they use this near side and then look to clear the lines and exit. But yeah, just something that Glasgow are kind of lacking. They're lacking that kind of continuity and consistency on their carries and their exits, which allows Edinburgh just to stay in this part of the pitch and allows them to keep kind of launching attacks down the near side, looking to expand it wide. And yeah, Glasgow aren't able to kind of get out of their own half.
Break and play here for some treatment to one of the Edinburgh players.
I think that's Rachel Phillips that's down at the minute. She took an almighty crash. She was tackling her opposite number, Claudia McLaren, and took an almighty crash, but looks like she's back on her feet, which is good because she's a key player in that Edinburgh squad. It's
no wonder she hurts herself sometimes, because she just throws herself. When she's carrying the ball, she just runs so hard into contact, and likewise with the tackling. She's very brave. One of a few players, in fact, to come through the bigger system here. They as a club, they produce so many players that make it to the top level. She's taken the place today of Emma Orr, another player that's come through bigger.
And Sarah Denham originally.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
so Bigger are doing fantastic things in the women's game to grow it, and nice to see them getting the recognition they deserve.
So the Glasgow scrum under a bit of pressure there. Again playing away through Lucy McRae, and back it goes to Katie Ainsworth. Puts boot to ball, won't find touch, taken by Kieran Bell. First try scorer in the match. Good footwork by Bell. Takes play back into the 22, taken down by Skye Phimister. Her opposite number from Stirling County. Not seen too much of her in an attacking threat, but I think Sarah Denham was just thinking ahead. What pass was she going to give there? Just took her eyes off the ball and knocked that on
Yeah, very uncharacteristic error there for Sarah Denham. She's been instrumental in this game so far at kind of controlling her forwards and back, and she just took her eye off that ball. There was lots of space on that outside there. So as I say, I think she was just thinking about what she was doing next, where she was making that next pass to, and just took her eye off that one, unfortunately. Again, gives Glasgow an attacking platform to try and get out of their own 22 and make a decent exit. I think Glasgow as well, they're getting a bit disjointed on that kick chase, which is allowing those opportunities for Edinburgh to counter-attack and get over the game line and get on the front foot immediately. So hopefully they'll be able to get a touch finder with this.
Well, been awarded a penalty from the scrum. So an easier chance for a touch finder, and of course they'll get the put in should they make touch. That's another mistake, not the first of the game either by Glasgow. And Nicole Marlowe thought she saw some space over on the far side, didn't quite get her direction right with the kick. Away goes Claudia McLaren. Leah Clark digging for this. Lucy McRae again involved. Terrell Kelly came on early in the game. It's Glasgow in possession on their own 10-metre line over on the far side of the pitch. It looks like the stand is empty on the far side. It is, because everybody is crammed into the side of the pitch. There's a break made by Katie Ainsworth and play up over halfway. That's better by Glasgow Warriors. Lucy McRae, a high tackle there by Edinburgh. So free ball here for Glasgow. That's another huge hit by Kieran Bell. The referee Holly Davidson, well, no hesitation there, goes straight to her pocket and shows the yellow card to Bell.
Yeah, a high shot coming in there, unfortunately. Skye Fimster plays our club rugby at Stirling County, playing 14 for Glasgow today. She's not the tallest, so you do need to make sure that you're dipping your height, and Kieran Bell just unfortunately caught there with a swinging shoulder and has been shown a yellow card. So Glasgow should hopefully take this opportunity, and better bit of play there from them, a little bit more expansive, getting those offloads going more to hand, and Katie Ainsworth has made touch here. Rhea Clark's kind of rallying her troops, doing a fantastic job as co-captain, so hopefully we can see a spark of excellence from this Glasgow squad here.
With Glasgow trailing by 21 points to 5. Still in the very early stages of the second half, but a loose throw stolen by Edinburgh at the front of the line out. The ball goes loose. Glasgow thought they had another opportunity. The referee awards a scrum there to Edinburgh.
Yeah, a little bit scrappy at that line out. Really, really good steal. I think it was Fee McIntosh that went up for Edinburgh. Good steal by them, but I think there was a little fumble as it kind of went forward. But yeah, scrum down Edinburgh ball, so a chance for them to exit here.
It's Leah Brebner Holden, lost their heart playing Cheltenham Tigers scrum half. One of those 11 transitional players that we mentioned earlier. Scottish qualified, playing the rugby out with Scotland. Again, the pressure comes on from the Glasgow scrum. You've got to say they probably just about had the upper hand at scrum time. Brian McNamara again with that offload to her centre partner Rachel Phillips. It's a good 10 or 15 metres, and the Glasgow defence now scrambling. Ball thrown out by Sarah Denham into that right wing. Edinburgh playing with 14 players for the time being. Kieran Bell with that yellow card. Back to Katie Lindsay, a very willing ball carrier, the Kirstoffer Cougars tight head prop. Slow ball again, that's been snapped up by Glasgow. Referee says play on. Rhea Clark, ball just dropped again. We've got to forgive these women some handling errors today, but we mentioned the weather. The heavy rain that was forecast hasn't yet come. It was falling as snow earlier, but I think it was always going to be a day that we would see handling errors. Yeah,
a cold one, a very, very chilly one. So yeah, got to forgive them for those little handling errors that are creeping in. Glasgow just not able to get any consistency, not able to maintain possession, and you can see Edinburgh have had a complete change in their front row and brought on their replacements to bring a little bit of energy to this game.
It's Panache Muzambe, Scotland international, playing her rugby at Exeter Chiefs. Molly Poolman, your club colleagues at Watsonians. I think Millie Whitehouse coming in at hooker there, Edinburgh University.
And that's a good bit of dominance shown by them in that first scrum there.
Yeah, we just said that Glasgow probably had the upper hand at scrum time, but they made a real difference. And once again, the two Watsonian centres combining. Rachel Phillips eventually dragged down in the tackle, but not before she had made 10 metres or so from the pass of Briar McNamara. Ball goes loose, but still on the Edinburgh side. Headed up by Brebner Holden. Still on their own 10 metre line. Sarah Denham this time acting as scrum half. Good carry by the Edinburgh forwards. Again, Sarah Denham, that uncharacteristic error. I think the pass, to be fair, just died on her a little bit from Brebner Holden, and again perhaps just looking up, I think she was going to put boot to ball there and picking her spot in the backfield.
Yeah, just thought I'd looked up that second, took her eye off the ball there, but there was a lot of space in behind there. Glasgow, as we say, they're playing with 14 men, so there is going to be some space in the backfield. So whether or not Sarah's identified that and is looking to... No, apologies, I'm chatting absolute rubbish. Edinburgh are playing with 14 men. Apologies. But yeah, probably looking to kind of play further down in that Glasgow half. But yeah, she just took her eye off that again there, unfortunately.
So changes now in the Glasgow side. Sophie Anderson, Sonians player with 3 international caps to her name, if I remember correctly. An injury kept her out for a long time playing her rugby, say at Watsonians, and that looked like both McDonald's, I think, coming on. Mary.
Yeah, sister partnership coming on there. Mary McDonald, who's playing down at Exeter Chiefs at the minute, coming on at 9, and Carla McDonald, who's instrumental in Hillhead Jordan Hill's success this season. So the pair of them will be looking to bring a bit of energy to this Glasgow squad, and we can see what they can do.
Well, the two of them combining nicely there, as you say, Mary, down at Exeter Chiefs now, one of the 3 players we mentioned earlier who started for Scotland on this pitch against Spain back in September.
Glasgow just struggling a little bit with any kind of possession in their back line. I think they're trying to play just a little bit too far away from that Edinburgh defensive line. Edinburgh just sitting off, allowing them to do what they're doing and then going in for the tackles. So if Glasgow can just kind of play a little bit closer to that defensive line, I'm sure they'd get a little bit more success. But it'd be interesting to see Edinburgh with a brilliant kind of attacking platform here on halfway. It'll be interesting to see everybody looking fairly flat, so I wouldn't be surprised if Sarah Denham does put boot to ball here.
You're seeing how deep Glasgow Warriors are playing in contrast to the 2 Edinburgh centres who are taking that right to the game line. But pick up at the base there by Merrin Gunderson for Edinburgh, and fights her way forward a good 15 or 20 metres there. Great play by the Edinburgh number 8. The referee again playing an advantage here. Ball's been stolen. Good work there by Manny McDonald. Again, here come Edinburgh. Fiona McIntosh, the Saracens' second row this time. And Alex Stewart, the vice-captain, the open side flanker. Didn't quite get the communication right there. Sarah Denham looking to break from the right to the left, but I think the call to Brebner Holden coming a little late. It's still Edinburgh in possession. No harm done for now. Denham just feeds that ball out into the midfield. No knock on. The referee's still playing an advantage, and Rachel Phillips causing absolute havoc, managing to again keep that ball alive for Edinburgh. Loose pass that's been snapped up by Glasgow. Chance for them through, that's Pearl Kelly over there, is it? Skye Phimister on this right wing. Some changes for Glasgow early in the game to reshuffle their back 3. Still Glasgow, slow ball here, so just tick and go through the forwards. Bailey Tucker waiting on this one, but instead it goes back to Carla McDonald. Just couldn't take that ball cleanly as that dropped at her feet.
Yeah, Glasgow, they're just struggling to get any quick ball. They're not managing to get nice clean rucks and quick ball, get round the corner and kind of get a bit of pace on the ball. So they're struggling to kind of create anything. Good work there to kind of get the ball wide and kind of stretch that Edinburgh defence. But yeah, just a little pass there that fell off from Carla McDonald, and unfortunately just a little error from her gives the ball straight back to Edinburgh, unfortunately.
Yes, the two McDonald sisters. Carla's still at Hillhead Jordan Hill. Mary was there. And I think Louise McMillan, who is, we've mentioned about, scored the Glasgow's only try, Saracens player. I think she came through the
yeah, she
Hillhead
did.
Jordan Hill club.
Hills, and they called themselves the Glasgals, they did. And it was fantastic to see that we finally got a Glasgow team. The girls would often put in the early morning shift in the gym and then out on the pitch. There was just a small group of them that were training at Glasgow back kind of 3, 4, 5 years ago. So it's fantastic that we finally got an opportunity for them to showcase all that hard work they put in on those early mornings in the snow, in the rain, in the darkness, and they're finally getting the opportunity to represent Glasgow as a club. So yeah, Louise McMillan, Mary McDonald, and playing alongside her sister there as well. They were the original Glasgals.
Well, they've got some work to do in defence here, because here comes Brian McNamara. Tries to throw that little wraparound pass again to, I think that was Sarah Denham coming around the captain. Didn't quite work though.
We're kind of 53 minutes into the game. I wonder if we're just getting a little bit tired. I know obviously Edinburgh playing with a man down at the current moment in time, so we're working really, really hard in defence and really, really hard in attack. So I wonder, just taking our eye off the ball, just those errors that we didn't see much of in the first half, just creeping into the game a bit now. So they'll be frustrated and disappointed at that. Hopefully we can get some kind of energy off the bench to bring a bit of energy into this game and get a bit more consistency. We've been kind of a bit stop-start in this last kind of few minutes, so let's hope we can get a bit more consistency from everyone.
Glasgow scrum again going backwards. We mentioned the impact that the replacement front row for Edinburgh have had. Picked up at the base there by replacement number 8 Sophie Anderson, another player who played at Hills, currently playing alongside you at Watsonians. Ball can't be taken the first time of asking by Nicole Marlowe. Well, she loses that under pressure, so a chance here for Lucy McRae, one of the standout players inside centre for Glasgow. Off to Louise McMillan, almost makes 2 or 3 yards with ball in hand, and the referee awards an advantage. Mary McDonald appealing for that one. Edinburgh not rolling away. Chance here for Glasgow to roll the dice if they want. Ball threaded through by Carla McDonald. Doesn't quite work out though, so we'll come back for the penalty.
Yeah, Mary McDonald doing what every good scrum half does. I think it was Rachel Phillips that just got caught on the wrong side of that tackle there, and she was just appealing there saying, I'm not able to get the ball out quickly. So Rachel Phillips pinged for not rolling away, and gives Glasgow an opportunity to thread this into the corner, get a better attacking kind of set piece from them, and look to hopefully put some points on the board in this second half.
Well, twice or thrice they've missed touch from penalties, but no mistake made there by Carla McDonald, so that gives her side a line out 20 metres or so out from the Edinburgh try line. A loose possession though, no knock on, still with Glasgow from the line out. They've lost 7 or 8 metres though, and a loose pass snapped up by Ailey Tucker. Again with the good carry, however that's been stolen by Edinburgh. Perhaps stolen back by Glasgow, it has. That's again a good line by Nikki Simpson, not for the first time in this match. Again, a little scrappy. We've mentioned the conditions, but again, credit to the two defences, because there's some big hits going in there. Yeah,
massive hits going in, and people getting over the ball with those kind of massive hits and kind of stopping them there and then. It allows that secondary player to come in, get hands on ball, and steal it. So we saw a fantastic turnover there from, I think it was Millie Whitehouse who got the turnover there from Edinburgh, and then it turned straight back over by the Glasgow team. So a bit scrappy, but as you say, defensively, both teams showing their dominance. I think Kieran Bell's just come back on for that Edinburgh squad, so back to 15.
is Kieran Bell. First try scorer in the match, showing a yellow card for a high shot on Skye Phimister, opposite number. You can see her just, well, you can't on your shot just now, but lurking behind Sarah Denham. However, it won't get to either of them because that ball has been knocked on. Good work at the base of the scrum there by Mary McDonald. Forces the knock on.
Yeah, I think it was Merrin Gooderson that just got caught there. Mary McDonald was falling round, and she went to pick the ball up, and I think Mary managed to get a little hand on her hand, and she's just forced that knock on. Gives Glasgow another chance to attack from this 22.
Glasgow scrum just in the fringes of the Edinburgh 22. Out from Mary to Carla McDonald. And the two centres combining as they tried to get the ball quickly out to Pearl Kelly on that left wing. She does well, makes 5 or so metres into the 22, back again to Carla McDonald. That's another huge hit there. It was Briar McNamara on Sophie Anderson. Enormous collision between the two clubmates.
They won't be thanking each other for training on Tuesday for that one.
Still Glasgow in possession. Getting that tip on pass to Louise McMillan. Solid Edinburgh defence. Better tacklers in the game than Briar McNamara, it has to be said. Carla McDonald beats her way half through a gap. Getting the tip on Louise McMillan. Once more on hand to make a metre or two. Glasgow just inching their way slowly towards the try line.
Better possession here from Glasgow.
Struggle to make any real headway, but they're keeping a hold of the ball. Another big tackle, but Emma Turner, the co-captain, and a penalty awarded the way of Glasgow.
Yeah, better from Glasgow there. The forwards are carrying harder than we've seen them carry all game. They're getting a little bit wider off Mary and off Carla, so they're looking to play a little bit more physical rugby, which is better. They've been managing to get a few offloads there, getting over the gain line, getting quick balls. So better from Glasgow, and it should be good to see what they've got off this line out on the 5 metre line.
Freya Walker enters the fray, another of your Watsonians clubmates.
Yeah, really good to see, and she'll be instrumental. A fantastic ball carrier, fantastic defender, so yeah, a really good opportunity for her here to show what she can do too.
Great line-out operator as well.
Yeah.
But that ball has been won just about by Glasgow. I feel they've got to strike now, trailing by 21 points to 5. 20 minutes left in this game. Can they get themselves back into Ailey Tucker this time? Now straight into contact, and Tucker's gone over. A wonderful carry by the Glasgow loosehead prop.
Yeah, fantastic from Ailey Tucker there. You know how powerful she is. She is such a powerful ball carrier, and she's fantastic in defence, but she shows that dominance there. Really nice quick ball, better quick ball from Glasgow. A fantastic, well, it was a little bit messy from them line out, but they managed to maintain possession. A few carries, and then Ailey Tucker, as you see, just squirming her way out that tackle, a twist and a turn, and she's over the line. What Ailey Tucker does best.
She is so difficult to stop. She just goes straight into contact and makes metres, but then had the strength to spin her way out of it. She knew where the try line was, and that does get Glasgow back into this game. This should be fairly regulation conversion attempt for Carla McDonald. Right in front of the posts. Still 19 minutes left to play in this. Edinburgh have certainly been the dominant side as that ball does go through the uprights. So we have a game on our hands.
We do, exciting. Yeah, better from Glasgow, as I say, a good bit of possession from them, and as we see in this replay, yeah, really good from Ailey Tucker, twisting and turning and making her way over that line. A game on our hands, that's 21 points to 12, Edinburgh lead with still 20 minutes to go, so anything could happen.
Briar McNamara sends the restart long into Glasgow 22. Tackles seem to be getting bigger and bigger in this game. Holland Bogan of Stirling County taking that ball into contact. Couldn't quite be taken over her shoulder by Nicole Marlowe. Cardiff Met University fullback finds Briar McNamara. Inside centre, making good ground there, and quick ball for Edinburgh. It's the disorganised Glasgow defence, but pass just not quite going to hand. Edinburgh able to make ground much more freely than Glasgow, having to go through phase after phase after phase.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of miscommunication in that Glasgow defensive line, and Saz managed to find a little gap there and get through. That last pass not quite working, but Glasgow cleared their lines here, and here comes Kieran Bell.
Yeah, she's looked dangerous with ball in hand all afternoon. Again, good quick ball. Sarah Denham finds Rachel Phillips, and once more just charges into contact, taken down by two Edinburgh defenders and not rolling at the breakdown. So penalty advantage here to Edinburgh. Panache Muzambi does well again to get that offload away to Merrin Gunderson. Play just outside the Glasgow 22. Briar McNamara working here alongside Denham, but Denham couldn't take the ball. Referee again says no advantage accruing. Will come back for the penalty to Edinburgh.
The pace that Edinburgh are playing at, they're really catching Glasgow off guard. Those offloads that we've talked about all game is really at the forefront of their game at the minute. And Briar McNamara's just popped that one into the corner. I imagine we'll probably see a 5+1 line out and look to go wide again and identify those spaces in that Glasgow back line, because that's what Edinburgh have been doing all game.
Among the Edinburgh forwards, Fiona McIntosh there. Freya Walker now on. Well, Freya Walker in fact is lurking out in the midfield alongside her clubmate Molly Toulman, so not required in there. Millie Whitehouse for first throw into the line out. Freya Walker's now gone in as the +1, so another 5+1 line out, but doesn't quite make its way as far as Fiona McIntosh. Still with Edinburgh, it really should have been Glasgow possession, and away goes Alex Stewart. Stopped a metre or two short of the try line. Can Edinburgh strike back? As Briar McNamara has gone over again. The strength of the inside centre goes over for her second try of the match and strikes back immediately for Edinburgh Rugby.
Yeah, lovely bit of play there. Really good forward carries. That line out didn't quite go to plan, but Freya Walker was super quick on that ball that was on the ground. Gained possession again for Edinburgh. Really good forward carry, and then Sarah Denham, she perfectly weighted that pass. She had two players coming from her, a nice catch and pass. Briar McNamara had a soft shoulder to attack, and through she went. A twist and a turn again, but she is so strong, and you are not stopping her from 5 metres out.
There's nothing she can't do, to be fair, Briar McNamara. I mean, she's strong, you can see her there in close contact, but she's got great footwork as well. A great kicker of the ball, lovely hands. She really is the complete rugby player. She
really is. She's been playing rugby for a long time over in our hometown in New Zealand. She stood out from kind of school age, and then brilliant to see her over here play with her Watsonians. So she's an fantastic all-round rugby player, and brilliant to see her being able to pull on that Edinburgh jersey today, and what a showcase and performance that she's put in.
Well, Nicole Marlowe from out in front of the post makes no mistake. Her fourth successful conversion of the match. That extends the Edinburgh lead out to 28 points to 12. So just as Glasgow felt they had got themselves back into this game through that Ailey Tucker try, Edinburgh strike back through her Watsonians clubmate Briar McNamara.
And I think Nicole Marlowe's just come off the pitch there. I think Hannah Crisp of Heriots has just come on in with the white boots. It'll be interesting to see what she's got. A sevens player at heart, and she's got lightning quick feet and is superb in attack. So it'll be exciting to see what Edinburgh can do with her on the pitch as well.
Carla MacDonald with the restart. It's Edinburgh possession. Freya Walker, the footwork, first touch of the ball. Finds her way through contact, and I don't think Panache Muzambi was expecting that as she came round the corner, but it's been tidied up well by the double try scorer, Briar McNamara. Good quick hands by Edinburgh. Get the ball out to space on this left touch line, on their own 10-metre line. Edinburgh really have looked good in patches. Freya Walker, their second carry in the space of a minute. Against the forwards, and Mozambique this time was expecting the pass and run hard into contact. Back it goes this time. Well, I think they were setting up for the kick. You could see Brian McNamara was waiting for it. One of the forwards came round and snapped the ball up in front of her, but again, great vision by McNamara. Sees space in the 22. Pressure on Glasgow here. 10 metres or so away from their try line. Skye Phimister hit hard right in front of the posts. It's a good kick and a good chase by Edinburgh. There's a bit of space out in that left touchline for Glasgow if they opted to play out of their 22. It's another
Ailey Tucker
great
special.
carry by Ailey Tucker. She really has carried well this afternoon. Back it goes to Carla MacDonald. It looked like she was going to send that down the middle of the field. That's landed in the hands of Kieran Bell. It's the offload away to Hannah Crisp. Tries to keep the ball in the field of play. It's Lucy McRae, tackled by Rachel Phillips. The ball with Edinburgh and Molly Proman now. Again, another player with wonderful footwork. Edinburgh's attacking shape has looked a little the better of the two sides, but that kick didn't quite go where it was intended. It's Glasgow in possession over on the far side of the pitch, just inside their own 22.
End-to-end stuff here. We've seen some fantastic bits of play from Edinburgh. We saw a brilliant kick from Brian McNamara, which kind of sparked all of this. Glasgow just getting caught by Hannah Crisp. As I said, she's super speedy. She chased that kick well, and Glasgow now struggling to kind of get out of their 22. It's been turned over by the looks of things, and Edinburgh with an opportunity here.
Out it comes to Kieran Bell again, the first try scorer. Can she go in for her second? She can indeed. Well, no, the flag goes up on this side. It looked like the Edinburgh University winger had scored her second try of the match, but bundled into touch just a metre or so away from the Glasgow try line.
I think that was Sophie Anderson coming across. She does it so well for Watsonians at club level. She came across, I'm not entirely sure where she came from, but yeah, I think she's just caught Kieran Bell and stopped that try, so an outstanding tackle from her.
I think you're right, Sophie Anderson just sitting. Has picked up an injury just off the side of the pitch there. But you're right, she does it every week. She's very quick. She's hugely athletic.
Yes.
And it appeared from nowhere there to make that tackle, as it looked for sure that Kieran Bell was going to go in and really put this game to bed.
A really nice bit of attacking play there from Edinburgh. They got caught a few times, I think just a bit of a loose pass here and there, and I think forwards found themselves with the ball when I think they were probably looking to kind of pop a kick in. So they did really well. I think Merrin Goodison got it and managed to get it away to Brian McNamara, who put in an outstanding kick, pinning Carla MacDonald back into her own 22. She managed to get the offload away to Skye Phimister, and as I mentioned, Hannah Crisp was so quick getting up there and shutting her down, forcing Glasgow to try and play out of their 22, to which they've not been great at. We saw a really good carry from Ailey Tucker to try and help them out there, but Edinburgh have been fantastic at pinning them down. It's Glasgow ball here, so it'll be interesting to see how they try to exit.
Well, that was very scrappy from the line out, and Glasgow been forced to touch down over their own try line, so it'll be an Edinburgh scrum. 10 minutes left in this Celtic Challenge game, the opening weekend of the competition. As we said earlier, 3 derby matches, 2 Irish sides going head to head last night. Musgrave Park, the Wolfhounds coming out on top 21-15 against the Clovers, the 2 Welsh sides facing off on Monday. Edinburgh and Glasgow certainly served up a very entertaining match here at the Hive Stadium this afternoon in front of a large crowd.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see so many people here. It's absolutely Baltic. It is freezing, but still so good that we've managed to get such a crowd out here today. 1872 men's game on in the Scottish Gas Murrayfield Stadium after this, but fantastic to see so many people come down early to watch what has been a brilliant display of women's rugby.
And among them, Brian Eason, just in front of us, the Scotland women's head coach. In fact, when you were stuck in a line of about 100 people trying to get your accreditation, I had asked him if he would come and sit in your spot and do a bit of commentary at the start, which he kindly agreed to do, but wasn't required as you dashed in last minute. Edinburgh scrum. They really can kill off this game with a score here. Picked up again at the base by Meryn Gunderson. Penalty, Glasgow. And they survive, they keep themselves just about alive in this game.
Yeah, that all came from really brilliant vision from Mary McDonald. Off the back of that scrum, she's coming round the corner, Meryn Gunderson's got her hands on it and she's lifted it. So Mary McDonald's able to go and make that tackle and disrupt it. She makes that tackle, and somebody who I've not seen enough of in this game, Lucy Winter. She's outstanding for Watsonians, and she is so fantastic over ball. We'll watch it in the replay, she gets her down and she is brilliant. That body position, that height, you're not shifting her from there. So she saved her team there. Fantastic from Lucy Winter.
She is exceptionally good at that. Probably prefers to be playing the 7 jersey, but playing number 8 today for Glasgow Warriors. That's a better line out throw for the Warriors.
Eve Thompson, I think we've got on there, wearing 20 for Warriors. She's another Hillhead, Jordan Hill player. Really good, so nice to see her getting on the pitch here for Glasgow.
Another good carry by the Glasgow forwards. Lying a little flat there though. Back it goes again from Mary to Carla McDonald. Looked up, didn't see any space at the back, opts to keep the ball in hand. Uses Lucy McRae again. Back it goes to McDonald, who will put boot to ball this time. That'll bounce in the field of play, but just rolls into touch just on the Edinburgh side of halfway.
Yeah, better touch finder from her there. The Edinburgh defence are coming right up and shutting her down every single time she's trying to make that kick. So had to go through a few more phases than they probably would have liked to have done, but she's managed to get really good distance on that, and that takes them just over the halfway line. Will be an Edinburgh ball here, but yeah, a better exit from Glasgow there.
Again, a quick chat among the Edinburgh forwards. The Millie Whitehouse again to throw into the line out, just down in front of our commentary position here. Plenty of options in that line. Ball knocked straight, taken by Fiona McIntosh, who I think was the target. Get her throw right there at all, so scrum down, Edinburgh ball. They're setting this up. I'm just thinking one thing we didn't speak about, that last season the teams had no real identity. This year all 6 teams have more of an affiliation with, whether it be provinces, the regions, or here at the clubs. I think that's an important development. You'd think we'd encourage more rivalry, but also appeal to the existing fan base. That's probably one of the reasons that we have so many people here inside the Hive Stadium today, and great for the players that they're representing, able to represent Edinburgh and Glasgow. Yeah,
for a lot of these girls, they've grown up watching the boys teams, and for them to get the opportunity to pull on an Edinburgh shirt or a Glasgow shirt is a fantastic step forward in women's rugby. Really exciting, and will hopefully kind of encourage and bridge that gap, as we said, between the international game and the club game, which is probably one of the kind of biggest steps that we've got in kind of Scottish rugby, unfortunately. So this will hopefully bridge that gap, allow these players to get a little taste of a standard slightly higher than the club game and the university game that we've got in Scotland. And yeah, as I say, it's fantastic for all of these girls to get an opportunity to represent the clubs that they've been watching as children.
Again, the pressure comes on from that Edinburgh scrum, and they win themselves a penalty. You spoke about the impact that the new front row had made. Millie Whitehouse, Panache Muzambi and Molly Pullman. Glasgow probably the dominant scrum just about in the first half, but Edinburgh very much with the upper hand now. Yeah, exactly. You mentioned all 3 of them there. They've been come on and they've been really solid. Panache, who's playing our club rugby at the minute down at Exeter, has been outstanding in terms of her scrummaging today. She's very dynamic. She gets around the park really well. In her previous days she played back row, so she is very dynamic, and as I say, today she's been outstanding as she's come on and brought a little bit of energy to that scrum. Molly Pullman, another person who I play alongside week in, week out, such a fantastic ball carrier. She again gets around the park so well. A little bit of footwork before contact, but her scrummaging skills are particularly good as well, so we've seen that here today. Well, Molly Pullman gets that ball from the line out, manages to offload to Alex Stewart, our vice captain, so good work there by the replacement tight head prop. That's Molly Pullman again there.
Constant workhorse.
As
she
I'm
really,
just about
really
to
is.
say that I have the wrong player the first time, but I think she just got back up on her feet and back in position. And then Alex Stewart once more with ball in hand. Again, Brockton to keep this tight, try and drag that Glasgow defence in a little narrower, and then they go out into the midfield through Fiona McIntosh. She's hit hard, and Glasgow defence just win themselves a metre or two, but Freya Walker again showing that impressive footwork. Alex Stewart with her third carry in the space of about 5 phases. Seeing more of the Corstorphine Cougars vice-captain today for Edinburgh, and now they go very close, 5 or 6 metres short. Edinburgh looking to press home that advantage, and there's space for Rachel Phillips, who just barges her way over.
I think she's been held up. I think she's been held up. Goodness me, that looked like it was almost certainly a score.
I think it was Holland Bogan who's getting the pats in the back from her teammates. I have absolutely no idea. We'll get another look at that here, Rachel, because I look for all money. You can see Rachel Phillips with the 13 on her back. She's over. And she's just, well, in fact it is, it's Lucy McRae has somehow kept her up there, and well, we've spoken about Lucy McRae in an attacking sense. That was some brilliant defence.
Yeah, fantastic defence. You're not stopping Rachel Phillips there. That is outstanding work. Really good core strength there from Lucy McRae. She's done a brilliant job and she's saved her team there.
Here comes Kieran Bell though. So how long has she saved her team for? Edinburgh Rugby still on the attack inside the Glasgow Warriors 22. Ruck centre field, Molly Pullman again just sticks the head down and charges into contact. Hands come in from Glasgow but unable to win that inside ball to Panache Muzambe. Running hard. Ball threaded through. Again chased by Rachel Phillips. Can she get the try this time? Ball's been touched down, and once again we have a goal line dropout.
Yeah, we've got a change of personnel at 10 for Edinburgh. We've got Hannah Ramsey who plays her club game at Cougars. She's a really spark of brilliant talent coming through the ranks. She just threaded that ball through a little bit too much, I think, on it, or I don't think she'd quite communicated to her outside backs that was happening, and managed to the Glasgow players managed to dot that down.
Yeah, Hannah Ramsey missed last season with a serious knee injury, but great to see her back playing, the youngster, and hopefully a great future ahead of her. Plays her rugby with Corstorphine Cougars. The ball in behind Freya Walker there. And goes Leah Brebner Holden, replaced Jenny Maxwell early in this game. And it's Edinburgh hunting for their 5th try. Approaching the final minute of this game. Rachel, I'll get your thoughts on a second of the next break in play for who you think might be our player of the match, but for now Molly Pullman again showing her carrying strength. Still with Edinburgh. Glasgow defence working hard again to keep them out. Freya Walker again steps off the left foot, straightens, takes play back into the 22.
Really good bit of possession here from Edinburgh. They're keeping hold of the ball really well. Good Glasgow defence though.
Molly Pullman obviously feeling confident, asking for that ball, but it dropped at her feet there. No knock on, still with Edinburgh. Brian McNamara hit hard on the tackle but manages to stay on her feet, tries to keep the ball alive. Back it comes again on the Edinburgh side. Referee playing an advantage here, but away they go. Dragged down 5 metres short. That Glasgow try line. The referee comes back. Penalty to Edinburgh. Not going to hang about here, just no thoughts of going for the corner here, just tap and go. Again applying pressure to that Glasgow defence. Squirts out the side there, that been snapped up by Glasgow. And the clock in the red here at the Hive Stadium. Opted to kick that. Might bounce back, well, almost into the hands of Freya Walker. Back goes Skye Phimister. Tidy that one up for Glasgow. Carla McDonald, not many options to be fair. The referee says that ball has gone back. Maybe might not get a break in play to ask you for your player of the match, but it goes back to Carla McDonald in her own in goal area. And Kieran Bell can't take that. That ball has been knocked on. So let's quickly get your thoughts. In fact, the referee has blown for full time, so we can say that Edinburgh have won this opening match for the two sides in the Celtic Challenge. 4 tries for the home side, 2 in reply for Glasgow Warriors, and the final score here at the Hive Stadium: Edinburgh 28, Glasgow Warriors 12. And Rachel, let's get your thoughts now on who was the player of the match.
Yeah, an outstanding display of rugby from both teams. They were standouts on both sides. I thought Louise McMillan carried really well for Glasgow. She kind of... Ainsworth played well in parts for Glasgow as well. For me though, it was Edinburgh number 12, Brian McNamara. Play week in, week out with her, and we've discussed how good a rugby player she is, but fantastic with the boot today, but also fantastic her footwork, her power, her strength. So my man of the match is Brian McNamara.
Well, if I was being cynical, I would say you only gave her that because you'd already said she didn't look like she should be fast when she scored her first try, when she raced away through from the kick. A lovely try. But, yes, I think a worthy player of the match. Brian McNamara, the Edinburgh Rugby inside centre, as the players who of course know each other very well, just going along the line and giving their congratulations. And it's been a great start to the competition. It was always going to be difficult. We said about the conditions, and also the fact that I think eclectic was the word I used. They've come from various different club players, Edinburgh University, these transitional players and the internationals. It was always going to be hard to gel in this first game, but we're having a look back here at the...
Another key player for Edinburgh was Rachel Phillips. She always took the ball so hard to the line and seemed to find a gap. Kieran Bell, fantastic finisher as we say, and just showing how good she there. We watch it from this angle and I think it looks even better. That hard line from Rachel Phillips does just create that gap. The offload game was outstanding from Edinburgh all game. She gets that away to Nicole Barlow, who's been brilliant with the boot, and gives that last little pass there to Kieran Bell, who dives over and got Edinburgh to a brilliant start.
The game only 4 minutes old, and you mentioned Nicole Marlowe, the conversion there, and then that ball threaded through by Sarah Denham, and Chase there just appearing on your screen, the player of the match, Brian McNamara. Yeah, no, I can't speak any more about Brian McNamara, Cara. She is brilliant. That was all made from Sarah Denham's vision though. She had a little look in behind, she saw that space was there, and it was a beautifully weighted kick from her, bounced up right into Brian McNamara's hands. We see it from this angle, she just threads it through. It's lovely to the gap of between two defenders. Brian McNamara was on the same wavelength as her, she spotted that space too, and it bounces up lovely, and unfortunately Roma Fraser's caught in a little bit of no man's land there. And Brian McNamara goes over for Edinburgh's second try. Again, converted by Nicole Marlowe, so Edinburgh Rugby led by 14 points to 0 at this stage, with the game about 12 minutes old. Glasgow did bounce back and it was through Louise McMillan. Yeah, as I say, the kind of work that Louise puts into this carry, she looks like she's been stopped, but she does not stop pumping those legs. She keeps going and she gets over that try line. She's been here, there and everywhere in both attack and defence for Glasgow today. She's a key fundamental player and a good leader, and it shows through this carry. So yeah, it was good for Glasgow to get on the scorecard, and what a person to get on other than Louise McMillan. Yes, released by her club Saracens for this weekend. Hugely experienced Scotland international, but back came Edinburgh Rugby with Poppy Fletcher, the loose head prop, the try scorer on the half-hour mark. Really good carry again there from Merrin Goodison. She's been good all game as well. And then we see Poppy Fletcher, as I say, a little helping hand from Katie there, to be really strong and get over the line. I think Glasgow just caught a little bit short there on that side, and weren't able to hold her up and defensively stop that. So as I say, Poppy Fletcher, she was involved in Celtic Challenge last year, really strong ball carrier and showing her strength here. Nicole Marlowe, immaculate from the boot, kicked her third conversion. That took the half-time score 21 points to 5, but it was Glasgow who struck first in the second half, and it was your clubmate Ailey Tucker. Yeah, just watch her here. She's so powerful and dynamic. The little spin that she's got to get over that try line. She doesn't stop pumping her legs. This was better from Glasgow. They maintained possession. They got more quick ball. They started to show some offloads as well. And yeah, a testament to how Ailey played that whole game. She was really, really fundamental in leading that forward pack, and no better way than her to get on the score sheet. Carla MacDonald with the conversion, the score 21 points to 12 at that stage. We thought we had a game on our hands, but Edinburgh bounced back through player of the match, Brian McNamara with her second score.
Yeah, it's a really nice line from Briar here. Sarah Denham, as I say, she was instrumental in kind of organising the forwards and backs, and it's nice little, she holds on tight to it just a little bit to interest that Glasgow defence, and then a nice pop to Briar McNamara, found a soft shoulder and over the line she went.
So some lovely tries there in this opening game in the Celtic Challenge. See confirmation there of our full-time score. Edinburgh Rugby 28, Glasgow Warriors 12, the home side absolutely worthy of their win. Well, we've been treated to a fantastic game of rugby here at the Hive Stadium. We spoke about the wonderful crowd as well. Great to see so many people out supporting the two sides, and I hope that continues throughout the competition. But it's Edinburgh Rugby who pick up the points and claim local bragging rights with an impressive win over Glasgow Warriors. There's plenty more to come for these teams over the next few weeks. Glasgow Warriors travel to Wales to face Gwalia Lightning next Sunday, and we'll be back here at 2 p.m. next Saturday for coverage of Edinburgh Rugby against the Wolfhounds. In the meantime, from all of us here, thank you for watching.